Juries don't like liars. Trials are about credibility.
So I did. It's for sale in my Etsy store. I'll leave a link below if you're interested in the 1,000,000% t-shirt.
If they find that she just was dishonest and lied on one single point of evidence, in this case, in her testimony, the jury instruction says that they are allowed to discount her entire testimony.
Imagine watching the glitter of Hollywood start to crumble. Your favorite star, revered for elegance and poise, suddenly entangled in a scandal that threatens to shatter her legacy.
It seems insurmountable. It seems like this case cannot be settled.
Did you know that behind the glitz and glamour, secrets can bring even the most untouchable celebrities to their knees?
Her testimony won't even count. And that is that's a harsh reality, because if the jury chooses not to listen to anything she has to say, she's the best witness in this case.
Today, we reveal how Blake Lively, the epitome of sophistication, has been exposed for attempting to manipulate the judicial process.
Her testimony is super important in this case, and if you can show the jury that she's lied, juries don't like liars. Trials are about credibility.
Stick with us as we peel back the layers of this explosive controversy. In the next few minutes, you'll see how legal documents, leaked videos, and stern judicial warnings converge into a scandal that could redefine the rules in Hollywood.
Trials are about the truth, and juries want the truth, and if you lie to them, they will hold it against you.
When legal cases typically span just 20 to 25 pages, a 180-page complaint immediately raises alarms.
And that's why you think, like you mentioned before, that you think this video is the most damning evidence that Baldoni has so far.
I think so. And it's better than worse.
Sources close to the matter reveal that Blake Lively's legal team delivered an unusually lengthy filing, a document that appears more like an elaborate smokescreen than a genuine legal defense.
The SH has nothing to do with taking over the movie, even though she doesn't deny that she took over the movie. Of course, it'd be probably impossible to do that.
But what was the purpose of this voluminous filing? Was it simply a misunderstanding? Or was there a more calculated motive behind these extensive pages?
So I was able to read the amended complaint, which, by the way, it's very abnormal. It's almost 180 pages, 400 and some odd paragraphs. Complaints are not normally that long. But this one has to be for public consumption.
The overwhelming documentation seems designed to bury critical evidence beneath layers of legal jargon, rather than clarifying her position. This approach has led many to believe it was an attempt to overwhelm the system.
It kind of makes them look like they're trying to take that video, now that it's out, and kind of spin it in a different direction.
A desperate bid to control the narrative before the truth could emerge. Just as the legal filing was causing murmurs, another twist emerged that deepened the mystery.
Blake Lively had changed some stuff up in her amended complaint. Now she is describing that dancing scene very differently than she did in her first complaint.
A leaked, unedited video from a contentious dance scene, once the cornerstone of Lively's testimony, reveals a starkly different picture.
Blake Lively made, and she lied in their minds about what occurred during that dancing scene, because she wasn't aware that there was audio that would maybe explain and give some context to what was happening there. So of course she changes her in her amended complaint, she changes the view of it a little bit.
In the video, rather than appearing distressed or coerced as she claimed, Blake Lively is seen smiling and seemingly at ease. This unexpected visual contradiction acts like a bombshell.
What they did is they said, well, yes, all of that happened, but when Baldoni was in that scene dancing, he wasn't in character, and she was being forced to act as though she loved him, which is, in my mind, just acting.
How could the same person portray herself as a vulnerable victim in court and then be caught on tape in a relaxed, confident state? The divergence between her spoken narrative and the cold, hard video evidence forces us to ask.
And so rather than saying that these horrible things happened, now they're saying, well, no, yeah, but she didn't want that, and he wasn't really in character, and it wasn't within the context of what it should have been. So they're trying to skew it kind of a different way.
Is this just a sophisticated PR stunt? Or is there something even more disturbing at play? As the evidence piles up, the cracks in her story widen, setting the stage for a deeper examination of her team's tactics.
Smear campaign designed by Baldoni's team was intended to derail the SH claims that Lively brought later in time, which seems a little odd.
In response to these discrepancies, Blake Lively's legal team escalated their strategy. Rather than addressing the contradictions head-on, they doubled down with defensive maneuvers.
Her bad press came in early August, and yet the complaint to the CRD didn't happen till December 20th.
Claiming that the 180-page complaint was necessary to protect sensitive information, they even requested an attorney's eyes-only protection order. This move, intended to restrict access to key documents, has left many questioning its true purpose.
Blake Lively's PR firm begging to be let go of the case. I think actually they may have the worst messages of all.
But here's the twist. Such restrictive orders can also be seen as attempts to keep damaging evidence under wraps. Were these legal tactics an honest effort to maintain confidentiality, or was it another layer in an elaborate strategy to hide the truth?
If they find that she just was dishonest and lied on one single point of evidence in this case, in her testimony, the jury instruction says that they are allowed to discount her entire testimony.
This defensive posture not only casts doubt on the legitimacy of her narrative, but also stokes public curiosity. As we move forward, every new legal maneuver seems to add fuel to the fire of skepticism.
Because jurors are very bright, especially collectively. When they're all together, they all come from varied backgrounds. They're the smartest people in the room collectively, and they generally get the right result.
The courtroom drama escalated when Judge Lyman, known for his steadfast commitment to impartial justice, stepped in.
Yeah, and you better hope that these HR complaints are genuine and credible. There's some credibility to them, because if we do learn that these were brought about by Blake Lively and her team, it's just going to compound already all the other bad facts that they're dealing with.
With unwavering authority, he cautioned that any attempt to manipulate the legal process, no matter how high-profile the defendant, could result in the complete dismissal of testimony.
I think they probably won't listen to any experts or advisors or lawyers at this point. It doesn't sound like this because they make so many mistakes and bad decisions.
The judge's blunt warning wasn't just about legal protocol. It was a declaration that the courtroom remains a sanctuary of fairness, impervious to celebrity influence. His words serve as a powerful reminder.
And it's only to try to take back the narrative that Baldoni's team has done a very good job of it. And perhaps the reason they've done such a good job, the Baldoni's team, is because they have more truth on their side than perhaps Blake Lively does.
When you try to bend the rules, the system will strike back. This stern judicial rebuke sets the stage for the unfolding drama, a drama where every move by Lively's team is scrutinized under a microscope, and where the stakes could not be higher.
Get into it and just get completely obliterated, because lawsuits are not pleasant. But it sounds like you have grounds to file a lawsuit.
At its core, this scandal is a stark display of desperation. When a celebrity's image, built over years of careful curation, is threatened by mounting allegations, the instinct is to fight back at all costs.
It really is an impactful and powerful piece of evidence that's going to go against Lively, and that's why her deposition is not going to be pretty.
For Blake Lively, the decision to deploy such heavy-handed legal tactics appears to be more about image preservation than justice.
Two new women who were willing to testify against Baldoni that they have been allegedly felt uncomfortable on set, but they didn't name them. But now it's already kind of leaked who they are.
Ask yourself, how far would you go to protect your reputation? This isn't just legal strategy. It's a high-stakes gamble that risks turning public admiration into bitter skepticism. The relentless push to control the narrative, however, seems to have backfired.
And so it's not just a lawsuit, it's a PR campaign. The fact that they didn't include the names, in my mind when I was reading it, made it felt like it wasn't real or it wasn't very credible.
Each new revelation chips away at the foundation of trust that has long supported her star image. As whispers of desperation echo through Hollywood, the question looms large. How much is too much when safeguarding one's public persona?
Insane. What are you talking about? She genuinely is not aware of how insane she sounds.
Let's now examine how these tactics have led to a dramatic shift in the story she once told.
Now both sides are under strict orders to kill each other, and that's what's happening. Both sides are trying to kill each other, and right now Baldoni's team is winning hands down. Public opinion is completely behind him.
Initially, Blake Lively's testimony painted a picture of a victim coerced into compromising situations, a narrative that resonated with many fans and bolstered her image of vulnerability.
Team Blake Lively may think they have the upper hand. Sources say she has no idea what's coming regarding her battle with Justin Baldoni.
However, with the emergence of the unedited video, the story took a dramatic turn. The stark contrast between her initial claims and the video evidence forces us to confront a critical question.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, they need to listen to their lawyers, and they need to resolve this case if possible.
Was this a calculated maneuver to preserve a pristine image, or did the pressure simply expose a crack in her carefully constructed facade? This narrative shift not only confuses fans, but also ignites heated debates among legal experts and industry insiders.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have hired former CIA agents with a proven track record of lying to the public, gaslighting the public.
As the narrative evolves, it becomes evident that every contradiction, every unexpected detail builds suspense, and the next revelation might just be the one that tips the scales.
You're basically saying you're a liar. You misrepresent who you are.
Beyond the courtroom and legal filings lies a far more complex battleground, the world of public relations and celebrity image management. In Hollywood, where reputation is everything, controlling the narrative is an art form and sometimes a ruthless business strategy.
In the court of public opinion, they've lost.
Imagine the dichotomy. On one hand, a meticulously crafted public image built on trust and admiration. On the other, desperate legal maneuvers that scream of hidden truths and cover-ups.
Because not only could it be not good for the legal case, it's going to be an absolute nightmare for the PR side. And so I think the sooner that they can kind of figure out a path out of this, the better.
This is the battlefield where Blake Lively's team is fighting, not just for a favorable court ruling, but for the very soul of her public persona. So what happens when the strategies to protect an image begin to unravel under the weight of undeniable evidence?
A lot of comments that she puts in here that you're just like, why would you want to take over someone's movie? The outfits in this end are so out of touch. No, we don't want to watch bullies like Blake.
The answer lies in the chaos unfolding both in and out of the courtroom. No scandal in Hollywood stays confined to the courthouse for long. The media, always hungry for the next big story, has latched onto every twist and turn of this case.
It's insane, and that's crazy. And this is a reason why I think in the future people are just not going to work with her, because it's starting to add up. People are realizing that this is a pathology.
Sensational headlines, relentless social media buzz, and opinionated commentary have all amplified the drama surrounding Blake Lively's legal troubles.
I mean, it is weird how dumb they think the public is. Like, what do you mean? Why on earth would you be allowed to see every single message that someone has sent for 2.5 years, predating?
Every leaked video, every judicial remark, and every new legal filing is dissected and debated, transforming a legal dispute into a full-blown media circus. In this swirling maelstrom of speculation, the public is forced to grapple with a narrative that is as much about image and reputation as it is about law and order.
They're PR agents. What are you talking about? You're just looking for stuff so you can embarrass them, so you can know things about them. I would never in a million years be like, yeah, you can subpoena every single text message that I have with my sisters and my friends.
And if you think that's all there is to this story, just wait. There's more to uncover as experts and insiders weigh in on the broader implications of this scandal.
There's depositions, and she would have a videotape deposition, and we think that that would be horrible for her to actually appear for a videotape deposition in this case, meaning she has to hopefully resolve this case before then.
Legal experts have been quick to weigh in on the controversy, and their assessments are as sobering as they are revealing. According to one seasoned commentator, a single misrepresentation in testimony could unravel an entire case, rendering all subsequent evidence suspect.
So she filed a lawsuit before actually having clear evidence? And we're supposed to just continue to believe her.
Such warnings suggest that Blake Lively's elaborate legal strategy may be a double-edged sword. On one side, it aims to protect her reputation. On the other, it exposes her to potentially catastrophic legal consequences.
Justin then provided the full context of those exchanges And now she's trying to claim, oh, well, we need the receipts to verify this and prove that he's smearing. You need to prove he's smearing. I thought you already did.
The judge's stark warning is not just an isolated rebuke. It signals a broader reckoning for a celebrity who dares to blur the lines between legal defense and image management. These expert insights force us to confront the uncomfortable truth.
I panic before I have to wear a really skimpy outfit, but I don't have enough willpower. I had to do a scene in a bra and shorts for the first time in 2 years. On the day of the shoot, I ate a pork burrito, chips, and a Coke. Afterwards, I thought, I probably shouldn't have done that.
In the high-stakes arena of celebrity legal battles, every misstep is magnified, and the price of a single lie can be astronomical. As the layers of this scandal are peeled back, whispers of financial influence add yet another dimension to the story.
Other footage is coming out of Blake Lively admitting, hey, when I get involved with projects, they hire me as the actress, and sometimes I don't really tell them, but I actually want to come in and I want to rewrite it, and I want to be a producer, and I want to do all of these things.
Rumors of massive sums, ranging from hundreds of millions down to claims of $100 million reasons, suggest that money might be playing a role in this unfolding drama. In an industry where reputation directly translates to revenue, the temptation to manipulate outcomes is enormous.
I'm sure he'll have critics. Blake, oh, I'm sure he brought the terminally ill person for the... I don't buy that at all. I don't buy that at all.
The suggestion that significant financial resources might be used to sway legal proceedings not only stokes suspicion, but also adds a sense of urgency to the narrative. It begs the question, how far will those with deep pockets go to maintain their image?
And as a response to this, she was getting a lot of hate.
The financial angle isn't just a side note. It's a pivotal part of this story that could have far-reaching implications for how celebrity scandals are handled in the future.
Shortly into production, Blake Lively is very dissatisfied with virtually everything around her.
Stepping outside the strict confines of the courtroom, we confront the broader impact of this scandal. For Blake Lively, whose career has long been defined by an image of grace and reliability, these allegations are deeply damaging. Every contradictory piece of evidence, every questionable legal tactic chips away at the carefully constructed persona that has captivated millions.
Normal people at home who don't care about this woman at all are looking at her like, I don't like her. She seems like a bully.
Consider this. When the truth behind a celebrity's public image begins to unravel, it forces us to question not only the integrity of the individual, but also the nature of fame itself. In today's digital age, where every misstep is amplified by social media, even a hint of impropriety can lead to a dramatic downfall. How would you feel if the icon you admired was revealed to be hiding a darker, more desperate reality?
In her complaint, she said things like he walked in on her breastfeeding. She said things like he chastised her for her weight. All of this has been debunked by the text messages provided by Baldoni. She, in fact, messaged him saying, hey, I'm breastfeeding right now, but come into my trailer. Let's go ahead and run some lines.
As we reflect on these broader implications, it becomes clear that this scandal is about much more than one woman's legal troubles. It's about the fragile interplay between fame, money, and public trust.
Anyone else seeing the gaslighting from Blake and Ryan, constantly trying to just wave things that we've seen with our own minds and pretend like they didn't happen?
One thing remains unmistakably clear. The scandal surrounding Blake Lively is far from over. The exposure of questionable legal tactics and contradictory evidence has already begun to reshape the public's perception of a star once synonymous with elegance and trust.
Take out, smear, and destroy the reputations of people that they don't like, or people perhaps that their clients don't like. But the question is, who do they do that on behalf of?
So what comes next? Will further evidence emerge to confirm these allegations? How will the courts respond to a case that challenges not only legal norms, but the very notion of celebrity accountability? And most importantly, what does this mean for the future of Hollywood's relentless pursuit of image over truth?
Massive hypocrite.
Before you go, we want to hear from you. In a world where protecting one's reputation sometimes means bending the rules, how far is too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective might just spark the next big debate. And if you enjoyed this in-depth analysis, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because we'll be following every twist and turn of this saga closely. This is Sasha Spills signing off, and I'll see you in the next video.